Haha, it makes a trumpy noise when you unplug it on low battery percentage. Ha! This is a Tesco Huddle. They were a line of tablets made by Tesco. They were released in 2013 and discontinued in 2016. They're very sentimental to me because I had two. So let's skip back to the part where I unbox it and yeah, let's go. Parcel open! Ooh. Oh my gosh, it's charging! So I let it charge for a bit and I've started restoring all the apps I would have had on my original one onto this one. So there's some like tape residue and stuff like that on the back, but I am going to clean it and I've got a little helper. He's after my shoelaces. So the reason I bought this is because this was my first tablet. Well, not this one exactly, but this was my first model of tablet I ever had. I got it back in 2013 when I was like 7 years old. I might have been 8 actually, I don't know. I think I was around 7 or 8. This thing was a very huge part of my childhood. And it's the main reason I'm as geeky and as nerdy as I am. Without further ado, let's start it up and have a look. Dog's still chewing my shoelaces. Crisp. This thing had stereo speakers in 2013. So I sold my original one in 2016 and I got a Sony Xperia M2 with the money I got. I'm just going to open this real quick. So I don't have anything on the main page, but I do have a page of apps I would have had at the time. I am going to do a video of what's on my old Huddle, but for now we're just going to have a look at the tablet itself. This thing ran Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean, and was pretty much never updated from when it came out to now. The battery on this particular model is not very good. For the time, this thing had pretty decent specs. I believe it ran a 1.5 gigahertz processor that I can't remember the name of at the moment, with one singular gigabyte of RAM, which matches the then newly announced iPad Mini 2. I actually ended up getting one of those a few years after this. As you can see, it was a little bit Tesco focused and was basically the Tesco version of the Kindle Fire. Pretty much all these services are shut down and you actually have to do some really weird stuff to actually get into one of these tablets these days. Because Tesco literally disabled the activation servers so you physically cannot get into them. To be fair, the Android on here is quite stock, apart from the little Tesco button down here, which I don't think works anymore. The world of Tesco. Oh, it actually still works. That is surprising. Although, how many of these links are dead is probably quite a lot. Doesn't the camera quality look so good? As you can tell by these particular apps, I was one of those kids who had virtual pets, because at the time, I didn't have one. I have one now though, and I can tell you, they're very similar. Except this one eats shoelace. Hey up, puppy. Do you want to see my first tablet? Oh, he's smelling it. You saw it first here, guys. The dog just licked my tablet. This tablet was quite media focused and even had a HDMI port on it. Ugh, this one looks like a bit corroded actually, ew. Just installing a file manager so I can install all my APK files that I've stuck onto it from my computer. Well, that app's broken. If this video gets 10 likes, I'll edit a video on it. This is the version of Minecraft that got me playing it. 0.0.8 of the Pocket Edition. And it actually looks pretty good, even today. Attempt 2. Opening the app. Gotta love that Huddle speed. There. Speed, speed, speed. Speed. Oh my god, look at all these apps. I literally went back and found really old versions just to use for this. Install. Agree to Google Play terms of service. I'm just going to do the rest. This is getting boring now, so I'm going to install the rest off camera. So I'm finished installing all of my apps. So far the Huddle is proving to be just as good as I remember it, apart from a few small slowdowns which are mainly based on Android and my horrible Wi-Fi. Would I recommend getting a Huddle over a Samsung Galaxy Tab A6 or a Kindle Fire? No, because it's quite old and there's barely any support for them. Unless you had one of these as a kid and you want to relive some nostalgia, yeah, you can do it if you have nostalgia for it. So they're like 10 quid on eBay, you can't really go wrong. But there are probably better options out there if you want something to actually use. Yeah, so that's about it for this one, guys, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Also, I'm going to edit a video on one of these at some point. I'm going to film and edit it all on this tablet. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing so you can see more content like this, because I have a lot planned for this tablet. Anyway, see you next time. Goodbye again. Bye bye.